Okay, so the final part this week is basically making a game that you can play. Very simple. We're going to make some balls out of newspaper, and this is going to be what you're going to throw it into. But we're going to attach it like netball or basketball. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our backboard. You should have a bit of cardboard and you should have a bit of coloured paper. You're very welcome to use your own paper, use a bit of white paper, use a calendar page, whatever you like. If you want to draw a picture, you might well want a lighter colour than what I've provided, that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue over all of this. This will make this cardboard a little bit stronger. It's quite thin card. It's quite a challenge finding enough for you guys. And then I'm going to stick this red sheet on. The red sheet might be a little bit bigger. That's no problem. It really won't matter for this. Just try and cut that. There we go. Now, you can leave this as it is. You can draw on it. You can decorate it. What I have given you is and then I'm going to stick this red sheet on. The red sheet might be a little bit bigger. That's no problem. It really won't matter for this. Just try and cut that. There we go. Now, you can leave this as it is. That's no problem. It really won't matter for this. Just try and cut that. There we go. Now, you can leave this as it is.
Now you can leave this as it is, you can draw on it, you can decorate it. What I have given you is a bundle of these kind of quilling sheets. So what I'm quilling strips. When you stick your paper on, you might find that it is a little bit bigger than the card. Now the problem with that is that you need to hang it up, and things like these hole punches won't go in very far. So actually I think the best thing is either to trim it down or to fold your paper to the back. So I'm going to actually fold mine to the back, which will make it a little bit stronger, give myself a stronger edge. But you can just trim it down if you want to. It's probably easier trimming it down, but as I say, I want the strength, so. This folded bit's quite small, so it's being a bit tricky. But anyway, that's the main thing. So on this side, you can see that I have the decorating that we did, and I've started decorating it. You might realise that some of this has got out of order because I realised we couldn't have the board bigger than it looks. So I'm going to put another strip up here, and I'm not going to decorate the very bottom. I think that's going to be the easiest thing to do. So I'm going to put some more glue. My finger. There we go. So you do need to push this down. You can either use a pencil to do it or your fingers. If you keep finding that your fingers are gluey and pulling the paper up like that, then you're actually better off using the tip of the scissors or the blunt end of a pen. Right. So this is going to be our top. This is going to be my bottom. And I'm going to hang it up using this bit of wire, yeah? So I'm going to punch a hole using the hole punch. It's still a bit wet, but I don't think that'll matter. Roughly in the middle. And the hole punch should go through this thin card and the paper really quite easily. And then depending on whether if you've got a hook that you can hang this up onto, then you can make this into a closed loop immediately. And the way I recommend doing that is to loop like this, yeah, and then twist the wire around. Now you might need to fix this in place. If you've only got a handle, you might need to twist this like this actually round the handle. So you would need to, you can always have one side ready, take it to the handle, say this was the handle, put the wire in, and then, and there's the doorbell. Okay, I'm back. Oh, better take my mask off, you won't be able to hear me. There we go. Right, so yeah, I was just showing you how you can fix it round an item if you've got a handle that's closed on the wall. So that will allow you then to hang this up. Okay? Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to attach the curd pot. Now you're all going to get a curd pot, the traditional curd pots that you obviously realise we get through lots in this house. The first thing to do is to take off this coloured bit. Now the simplest way to do that is to get a pair of scissors and kind of catch it on the bottom. Once it's torn, you can then just pull it off. Okay? You can leave the cover on if you want to, but it looks a bit nicer off. Now you can decorate this if you want to. I'll enclose a few cut shapes for you that you can use, but you're very welcome to leave it. The other thing you'll find is that I've made a slit in the pot so that you can attach it. So your pot should come with the cover on that we've just taken off and a slit. So once again, you're going to use one of the bits of wire that you had, and this time we're going to attach it down here. Again, you can either use a pair of scissors or you can use a hole punch to attach it. Make sure once again that you go through the cardboard and not just a bit of paper when you do this. That's finally beginning to stick. Right. So again, I'm going to go just about in the middle and down a wee bit. If you don't have a hole punch, little ones, please ask your parents just to make a hole for you using something. Right, now you're going to attach this. Stick your wire through, and there are lots of different ways that you can do this. What I found was the easiest way to get it to balance was to make a loop like this, and then stick these both through the loop. You'll find it sits flatter if you do it like this. Then you just have to pull the bits of wire. Okay? So you're going to end up with a bit like that. And you're then going to attach those through the holes. Yep. And you're going to twist. Now make sure that it sits like this, because you want your bits to go in, and then just pull it tight so that your balls have the chance to bounce off the card at the back. So again, I would do an overlap and then a twist. It's a bit harder to twist because you're on the back of the cardboard, but you need at least 2 twists. You can enclose the ends of the wire in a bit of sellotape to stop anyone getting scratched. So I'm going to fold those up. I'm going to take a bit of sellotape and I'm going to just wrap that so that the ends won't scratch anyone. Okay, so basically you now have your target in your basket. Now you might have balls that you can use, but we're going to make some very simple ones. Remember once before we made our own balls. That time we used plastic bags when we were making the clangers on the bells, but this time we're going to use newspaper because we want to make a lot of them. So you should have 2 bits of newspaper. That one's already been torn in half. So a big sheet will come, so big I can't even show it on the screen. But what you're going to do is you're going to tear down the middle, okay? It should tear, and it doesn't matter if the tear goes weird. Now you'll find that if you use a whole sheet like this, you end up with quite a large ball, which is much harder to get into the target. So what you can do is you can make different sized balls to throw, and you can get different scores, and of course you can stand different distances away and get different scores as well. And then what you're going to do is we're just going to use sellotape. So you just need 2 strands of sellotape, or 2 strips. That's the easiest way so you don't get it knotted up, and just pull it tight to squish it down a bit, and then put one in the other direction. So I've got one going that way. I'm now going to have one going that way. There we go. Let's keep pulling. Now this will go in, but because it's bigger, it's actually slightly more difficult to get in. So what I suggest you then do is to make different size pieces. So I would then make 2, tear this in half, and it doesn't tear the other direction quite as easily as it does down the page. You can make them all smaller if you want to, but it does give you kind of different grading. And if you're playing with younger children, they might need the bigger size if you're going to use the ball passing it to other people. So what we're going to do is we're just going to scrunch it up again, and you can immediately see that this one is going to be smaller. So what I suggest you do is you make 2 like this, and then from the final bit of paper, and again you generally need about 2 bits of sellotape going round. There we go, like that. From this one I would make them even smaller. So I'm going to divide like that, and then you can either just tear in half, or you could go even smaller. So I'll show you what size this makes. So that really is quite small, and these ones go in more easily. And yes, I have been trying, so that's how I know that actually the different sizes make a difference. So you should end up with 4 or 8, depending on what size paper you use, of these small ones, and then one of the big ones, and my medium ones have run away. Where's it gone? Well, the medium ones run away just for now. So, but you can decide. There's the medium. So that's one complete side, that's half, and that's tearing it even smaller. So, but basically make them as you like, and then throw them into the cup, into the pot, and score. See how many points you can get. Have fun.